Hi ladies, today is Monday and I'm 4 weeks pregnant today and I have some of my symptoms on here that I wanted to tell everybody because I know how it is when you're trying to get pregnant and then you don't know what you're feeling, if it's pregnancy or not, and you still won't know until you actually take a test and find out you are because some of the symptoms are so similar to um, your period. So before I start with the symptoms, I wanted to show you the tests I took. This is the one I took on Saturday. So that was, or not Saturday, Friday morning when I took it with you guys. This one I took Saturday morning with my first morning urine. The other one was also first morning urine. And I took this one right after. And the reason I took two tests one after another was because when I woke up Saturday morning, I was expecting the test to be a lot more darker than that it was um, on Saturday. So, of course, I started panicking. I was worried. I thought that the hormones were dropping and that I was going to have a miscarriage. So, the entire weekend, well, not the entire, all of the rest of Saturday and almost all of Sunday, I was just expecting to start bleeding at some point. I was not home. I was away in Palm Springs with family, so I didn't have accessibility to a pregnancy test, plus I didn't want to do it there. But when I came home last night, I had like a 3 hour hold on my urine, and so this is the result I got. Sorry about the yellow stain, but it's much darker compared to the last one I took on Saturday, which is this one. Man, what a relief that was. I was so excited to see that it was okay, and I mean, it's still, you're not 100% sure, but at least I feel better about it. Plus, I have the symptoms, so I was just, the entire weekend I was analyzing and overanalyzing, and it was just annoying. It was like torture. I should have stayed away. I told you guys that I would show you the digital test after it had like gone out. So basically the test, the batteries died pretty much almost exactly 24 hours after I took it. And this is what came out of it at that, like after it had the batteries had died, took it out. It's not like there's two lines, but one is much lighter than the other. I'm not really sure how this the digital works. There's always two lines when you open it up. So I'm not really sure how they tell the difference between pregnant and not pregnant when there's two lines and there's always two lines and they always pretty much look the same. Because I've opened one before where I wasn't pregnant and it looked almost the same as this, so I don't know. The only thing I could think that's more different or was different is if you look at it, the line that's right here is slightly thicker, or not there, hold on. It looks like right there. That line right there is slightly thicker than the other line, even though it's much lighter. But when I took it when I wasn't pregnant, that line was just as thin as the other one. So I don't know if that's what they go by. I'm planning to do another one because that's how I'm gonna tell my husband, which by the way I haven't told yet. I kept it to myself all weekend. I was with my aunt, or two of my aunts, my uncle and all of their kids and our kids, and nobody knows. I'm the only one who knows that I'm pregnant, and I haven't told a single person yet. So my symptoms are, I've been having like vivid dreams. Everything is so clear. Last night I dreamt, I guess because I was so worried all weekend, last night I dreamt that I was at my first ultrasound and there was a healthy baby in there with a beating heart, and it was at 6 weeks pregnancy. And there was a room, the ultrasound room was full of people, and the people in there were not related to me. They were related to my cousins. They were my cousins in laws. So I don't know why anyway, it's just, you see random awkward dreams when you're pregnant, so, plus they're so clear, like as if it really happened. I've had like nausea, but it comes and goes. It's not very uncomfortable yet. It's not bothering me too much. It's not preventing me from eating. In fact, I'm really hungry all the time. I eat a lot, which is very unusual for me because usually when I get pregnant, with my past four pregnancies that made it to full term, I always lost my appetite. I always lost somewhere between 8 to 11 pounds the first trimester and barely gained it back the rest of the time. I'm already slightly overweight to begin with, so I don't need to gain too much weight, but I don't hardly. I usually just gain back what I lost in the first trimester. So this time I'm really hungry. I don't, maybe, well, obviously every pregnancy is different, so. And then my nausea is not that bad, but I have fatigue really bad. I want to take a nap like 2, 3 times a day. I can't do that. I have my other kids to take care of, so I go to school, I come home, I try to catch up on housework and things like that, my homework, and then I go pick up the kids, do their routine, and then get them to bed, and then sometimes I'll squeeze a nap in during the day. The next one is slight breast tenderness. I could almost compare it to for other women who have been pregnant before. I could or have had babies. I could almost compare it to a tingly feeling that you get when you're lactating. It feels like I have milk coming in. Of course, I know milk starts producing early on, but it really just feels like my milk is gonna come out. Like it's like burning. My boobs are like full. So that's what it feels like at times, and then usually it's just tender, like you can't really touch it because it hurts. The other one I have is the other symptom is cravings. I've been craving pickles a lot, which is kind of awkward for me again because I don't really crave much when I'm pregnant, but this time I crave pickles a lot. Usually my cravings were not pickles. It was lemon with salt, lime with salt, certain type of soups, things like that. But this time I'm craving pickles. I told you I'm hungry a lot. I have cramps. I have a lot of cramps. I know it's due to the belly growing, but you always get nervous. It doesn't matter. It's always nerve-wracking because you don't know if it's due to that or something more serious, and it scares you. I also have backache, which I also heard is a miscarriage symptom, but it's also a pregnancy symptom. I'm just trying very hard not to think negatively at this point. It is what it is, and I'm really happy right now. I also broke out very slightly, not much. So that's awkward for me because usually when I get pregnant, I break out all over here. I break out on my back. It's really gross. So that hasn't really happened this time, so that's different too. Um, I have my first doctor's appointment and ultrasound on August 5th, which I will be 30 or no, 4 weeks, no, 6 weeks, 6 weeks, sorry. I'll be 6 weeks, and I'm really hoping to see like the heartbeat because um, I know I'm 6 weeks by my LMP, but I think I ovulated like 2 or 3 days from that, so it should put me back 2 or 3 days. So I might be 5 weeks, 4 days, or 5 weeks, 3 days, something like that. And at that time, I know that some women don't hear the heartbeat. It was actually surprising because my doctor, this is the same doctor I've gone to with the last 3 kids, and he usually gives the appointment around 7, 7.5 weeks. So I was surprised when they gave me the appointment for 6 weeks. But I'm not going to fight it. It's just if you don't see the heartbeat, it just adds stress for a whole week until you go back. So I'll update you guys on that when that happens. I'll try to record it. Um, yeah, I haven't told anyone yet. I haven't told my husband, which is very hard. I want to tell him like right away, but I didn't want to just tell him like I always do by just taking the test and then immediately showing it. I wanted to do something special since this might be our last pregnancy. I bought my son that shirt that said Big Brother, my youngest son. So I'm thinking of taking the digital again. I have two more left, and when it's like have him hand that to my husband with the shirt on when he gets home from work. But I don't know when I'm gonna tell him. I'm still kind of hanging on and waiting for the right time. He's not gonna be mad or anything. I'm sure he'll be happy. He'll be even happier if it's a girl because he'll know that I'm happy now and I'm complete and my I gave my daughter a sister like I wanted. So yeah, that's about it. Um, Please subscribe and let me know if you're pregnant too. Maybe we could be pregnancy buddies. All right. Bye, everybody.